Okay, ladies and gentlemen, really warm welcome from me. My name is René Purainer. I'm managing director at BLACKNED. BLACKNED is a company from Germany. The topic of my presentation of this short pitch is TacticalCore as a key enabler for armed forces for the digitization at the tactical edge. So what does it mean? What will be the content of this presentation? I will first give you a short overview about what is BLACKNED as a company, and after that I will show you the current situation on the battlefield concerning all communication aspects, and will then show you our solution and the solution from BLACKNED as a software-based solution to solve the main problems all armed forces are facing right now in the communication aspects. I just have been to the presentation of Rheinmetall. They just showed their new main battle tank just half an hour ago. And Armin Pappberger, the CEO of Rheinmetall, not only mentioned the firepower, the protection of the system, but he also mentioned how can this main battle tank as a new solution communicate with others on the battlefield. And this is the main focus of what is BLACKNED doing. BLACKNED as a company, we are focused mainly on software development, but we are doing also consultancy services and system integration. We are working in this topic since nearly 15 years now, and we are a medium-sized and privately owned company, and we act as a full-service provider for critical communications. So BLACKNED was founded 2009, and we started with system integration topics for mainly German armed forces concerning deployable networks, and we then started also with solving the problems for the German armed forces for the digitization of land-based operations. That's a big program ongoing in Germany right now, where BLACKNED started working together with the armed forces on a technical system concept. How can we bring the communication to the tactical edge where normally only a few amount of bandwidth is available. We then were quite successful in working with communication systems within the armed forces, and then we started to work also in the industrial area, where we, for example, built the first 4G network as a private network for a big company in Germany. It's BASF, where we set up a whole campus network in their production area based on our software solution. We then started working on 5G technologies that is also integrated in our software solution right now. And right now what we are facing now is we're working as TacticalCore as a software solution that is now the main aspect as a communication and security middleware for all communication aspects in German armed forces. That will mean that in each vehicle in the future our software solution will be running, that will then bring together communication equipment, sensor equipment, and C2 software together in a whole working scenario that is right now, I don't think you will find this solution anywhere else in the world. But how does it look like? I will show you later on. So the locations in Germany are not of that much interest of you, except the two persons from Germany in front. The reason why we are here at the Eurosatory now, the first time for the BLACKNED, is that we are now starting to bring our solutions to other nations. How do we do that? In Germany, we act as a main contractor for German armed forces, also in Austria. And then you can see the red marked countries. There we are working together with big companies as a major contractor. And as you can see, that's Australia, that will be Egypt, that will be Hungary and the UK. And we will start this year also working together with a local partner in the United States. And we will set up an own APEC entity in Asia. So when you look at the current battlefield communication, you will see that from the beginning you have the reconnaissance phase, where in this case a helicopter is sighted and spotted, and you will have then the transmission of this information to the higher command post level. This will be forwarded to another command post, and then the information will be brought back to the soldiers in front. What does it mean? It means you have quite a delay in decision making because of this limited situational awareness and of the time delay to have all the information available at the point where it's needed. And additionally, you see right now you have a lot of proprietary systems who bring their own security solutions. You have embedded security solutions in the radios, you have embedded security solutions in software, and that means if you want to just take one part out of this working scenario, you have a lot of work to do, and it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of money to get the whole solution up and running again. That means you also have a missing interoperability, and the network as presented here just follows static and hierarchical order, and that means you have a lot of configuration if you have any changes in the kind how the troops work together. And this also, and you will find this in a lot of armed forces, that means that the innovation cycles you are running are really slow due to those often needed long during adoptions on software and hardware technology. So with a TacticalCore as a software solution that is then running on each of those elements, that means on the command post level, on the vehicle level, and on the soldier level, we are then able to process the reconnaissance information directly to those communication partners who need this information. That means you have a much faster decision-making process, and the information is distributed to all people in the battlefield who need this information. And with this, you have a maximum interconnectivity and interoperability. You have a logical and self-organizing dynamic network where all partners can communicate but not are allowed to communicate. That is made by roles and rights. You have some kind of zero trust security architecture. I will show this later on. And with this, you can fast introduce new technology. For example, you need a new C2 software solution. You just take out the old one, install the new one, connect this to the TacticalCore as the middleware, and it's working. You take a new radio. For example, you take your old-fashioned radio out. Just take one of the radios maybe presented here at the Eurosatory. There's a small radio daemon integrated in our software. It's just plug and play. You don't have to use the security functions of the radio because this is done by the core as a software solution. And with this, you don't have got a vendor login. The last 3 years, since I've joined BLACKNED, we were fighting with the big companies. They all wanted to sell their solution as a vendor for all, from the C2 solution to the radio. And you will find those solutions everywhere here on the Eurosatory. And this is not the right way, in our opinion, because you should be able to choose the best C2, the best radio, the best platform for the software running within the vehicles. That can only be done if you use a software that integrates all. So the objectives we have with the TacticalCore is one is agility. I don't want to go into detail with all those bullet points. So if you're interested in more information, just feel free to join us in our booth or just take some information sheets from here. We have the agility, we have the robustness, we have the interoperability, we have the flexibility, and we have the reliability. They're only buzzwords, and you will find those buzzwords nearly anywhere. But in this case, this solution is proven. It's proven on the battlefield. It's proven within proof of concepts we are doing every 3 months with German armed forces. So what does it mean? With the TacticalCore, you have some kind of Swiss Army knife, just to make a picture, to draw a picture. That means we as BLACKNED have one middleware. It's a result of more than 10 years customer-based software solution, software development done by our company. That means the code we have generated is 100% open government code. It's made in Germany, it's field proven, and it's already been deployed to German armed forces. And our software has been selected for the digitization as a digitization middleware, for the tactical platform service, for the initial operating capability in 2025, for the 10th Armored Division in German armed forces. And this whole TacticalCore is not only one software solution, there are some software products. I don't want to go too much into detail with this one. We have at least 4 levels. That's the management level, to get the software in service, to get updates deployed regularly on the soldier clients, on the platform clients. You have the platform that integrates sensors and radios, and you have the security overlay. The security overlay is essential because only with this security overlay you will then have the possibility to communicate with all participants. And on the top level you have an application level. That means you have some APIs presented and software development kits from BLACKNED, so you can adopt your application to this middleware. What does it mean? That means if you take an overview on a normal battlefield situation, you have different ways how those partners can communicate with each other. You have narrowband, you have wideband radios, you have satellite communications. The TacticalCore itself is able to integrate a wide band of different radios and can choose which is the best radio for your mission. That means if you have a mission with some requirements to a long-range communication, you can choose satellite communication or HF communication. If you have a short range of communication but a high bandwidth, you can, for example, use 4G, and the 4G communication level is then secured by a software overlay. And this makes the TacticalCore as a solution so new, and I don't think you will find this anywhere else in the world right now. And that has been one reason why Rheinmetall as a company has chosen BLACKNED as their digitization partner for all future deployments in nations like Hungary or Australia. So that means the security overlay, that's some kind of zero trust architecture with an end-to-end encryption software based, and this has been approved by German Federal Office of Information Security to be NATO restricted proven. So it can be used in a NATO restricted environment or mission restricted environment. If you have a higher needs for classification like secret, you need additional encryption devices. But the main communication on the battlefield is a restricted level, and therefore the TacticalCore is proven. That means, as I mentioned before, the TacticalCore is able to integrate a huge amount of radios via radio daemons. It can integrate intercom solutions for soldiers and can integrate intercom solutions for vehicles. It can integrate a huge amount of peripherals like sensors, GPS systems, and on the application level it can integrate a different choice of C2 applications. For example, it's sit-aware frontline, sit-aware headquarter, TACnet, ATAC, and others. And we also are able to give you our own application on a smartphone that will give you an overview about Blue Force tracks and so on. So the TacticalCore is then can be deployed in different surroundings. That means from the soldier level, we can also go airborne with a small processing unit on the UAV. You can go deployable, container-based, even seagoing. The standard use case will be the vehicular variant, where we run on a small server platform, a hardened server platform that is, for example, in German Armed Forces already in use. We have the man-pack solution, and we have also a rack mount solution. There are only possibilities where our software can run. At the end, just I want to give you a short overview about the specialty about the soldier system that you can also see at our booth here at Eurosatory, that connects the TacticalCore as a platform on a smartphone via an USB hub with a power management. You can connect this one to a radio that is somehow missing over here in this slide. On the left you have a radio, non-IP radio, and here you should see normally an IP radio. You connect it to a headset. So to summarize it, we have one common middleware with endless possibilities. That means any service and any media can be used on our middleware. It's one middleware with mobile, deployable, or vehicle instances that uses different communication methods, and those communication methods can be used in parallel. That means the system is able, via some neighbor detections, to see how can I communicate with the next vehicle or the next soldier, and chooses the best radio that is available and connected to transport the information. And all this is done within the security architecture. So, for the summary, 100% code, government friendly, made in Germany. We have an embedded defense-grade end-to-end security. We have different radio technologies. We are vendor agnostic. We have this information, shared information space to provide our information from our system to all applications, and we get those information from all the sensors. And the system is totally scalable from 10 users up to 100,000 because we have not a centralized database, we have a decentralized system, so we can scale it as much as you like. That brings me to the end of my short presentation. So if you like to have any more information, please feel free to visit BLACKNED. At our booth, it's only 75 meters in this way. Or please feel free to visit the booth of Hensoldt, because we have our solution up and running at their reconnaissance vehicle, and we have this one connected to a small backpack solution also at the Hensoldt booth. So if you like to have any more information, just contact me, my colleagues at the BLACKNED booth or at the Hensoldt booth, and we will come to talk to you about your mission, about your opportunities you're looking for within the next years. Thank you very much.